What's up, YouTube? This is PN Collector here, and just want to let you guys know I'm still alive out there. I know I haven't really done any videos in about over almost 3 months, close to it right now. Just kind of want to give you guys a little heads up about what's going on, and kind of give you guys some an update, pretty much, on how everything's been. Lately, Yu-Gi-Oh has been kind of pretty much stale. I mean, for the most part, everyone knows Tour Guide, and then it's all been Tour Guide Rabbit now, and before it was Tour Guide Plant. And pretty much the format's stale now until Order of Chaos comes out. Well, lucky enough, the sneak peek will be this Saturday, so I'll have a lot more to work with. And I'm also kind of want to let you guys know what I've been also up to lately too, what kind of have been my interests, and kind of some decks I've been playing right now, because a lot of people have been asking me. So far, for the coming up for Order of Chaos, I've been looking into a lot of Insectors, and personally, I like the deck on their own, especially for any of those budget players that want to play a very competitive deck without Tour Guide. It's probably one of the very best decks to even choose to go with right now. The simple synergy that a lot of the deck has with each other, especially the 3 types of monsters you see here, Damsel, which will be Dragonfly in English, Centipede, and Hornet. All the monsters have the same ability of equipping an Insector, and then being able to use one another for different abilities, like Dragonfly will special summon a monster from the deck that's an Insector. Centipede will allow you to search any card to your hand, whereas Dragonfly puts it to the field, and Hornet, when it's equipped to one of the Insector monsters, can pop a card on the field. And it's pretty amazing because of what they've ruled so far for Hornet. Hornet is an unidentified card when it first destroys something. So cards such as Netria Landois, Dolka, even Divine Wrath, and My Body's Shield Destruction Jammer cannot chain in response to it because it's undetermined of what it originally was that it's trying to negate and destroy. So pretty much it gets around all of those little loophole monsters that are in the way, and that makes Hornet really good for this coming format. Not to mention too, though, in the set he is super rare, so he did get a rarity bump, but that's okay though, because him and Gigamantis, which is the 6-star green insect guy, those are the only ones that got the upgrade. So pretty much it shouldn't be too bad. And of course Excabitl, the level 6, the rank 6 Exceed. But you only really need one of him if you're going to really play the deck at all, really. You don't have to really spend your time to get a lot of them. But overall, though, the deck is a real good favorite of mine, and I really do think that out of everything to play, that's probably going to be the thing I'm going to stick with right now. Also a little side project, I've kind of been working on Lancer Frogs. I don't know if you guys have heard of the deck yet, but basically the deck revolves around using pretty much 3 Rodentotens combined with 3 Dupe Frogs and 3 Swap Frogs. Now, what the whole combo is to do is remove them from play to set up Rodentotens, ditching them with your Swap Frogs, of course, and then making Gachi Gachi. Now, with whatever frogs are removed from play, such as Dupe Frog or Poison Draw Frog, you have to summon your Sea Lancer and equip all the frogs to him. Now, it's ruled that for every time he would get destroyed, you can basically, any of the equipped frogs that are on him, you can blow them up instead, and then he either get their effects off. So if a Dupe Frog is equipped to him and he would be destroyed by battle, you could just destroy the Dupe Frog that's equipped to him, he still stays alive, and then the Dupe Frog's effect will trigger because it states if it's a card sent from the field to graveyard. So Dupe Frog is getting destroyed, and you're allowed to pretty much search out a frog, or Poison Draw Frog, you're allowed to draw a card. So the deck is actually really fun. It reminds me of the old Frog Monarch decks, but a little bit stronger though, because it actually has the power of Exceeds, and it actually has a way of getting around a lot of things in the format. It's really fun to play. It's kind of like one of my casual decks I like to play right now, but with the new set though, it does help because it gets 96 Black Mist, which is going to be amazing for this deck. Excuse me. Got a burp. But overall though, the deck's really fun. I highly recommend it. It's a really cheap deck. There's really nothing expensive in it unless you really want to put max C's into it. But other than that, deck's really fun. Next up too, wind-ups. I actually haven't gotten a chance to actually start playing with them, unfortunately. I do have the Japanese proxies, I have proxies of all the wind-ups and the Insector stuff. But with Shark introduced, of course, it did change my idea of what I was going to play originally. So now I don't really know what I want to do with it. I do know about the whole hand loop and everything like that, and I know how Shark will help contribute to that. But I mean, if you guys want to see profiles on any of these decks and that for Yu-Gi-Oh, I can put them up. Just leave comments below on them. I'm really interested to see what your guys' feedback are any of this, because I mean, I'm not taking sole responsibility of I'm built all of these better than anyone else. Like I said, this is all stuff that everyone has pretty much seen on the internet. But if you guys want a more in-depth discussion of answers why, I mean, just be free to ask. Now, what I've been doing? Recently, a new card game came introduced into America recently, and that's called Cardfight Vanguard. Now, First off, to be honest with you, the art on these cards is truly amazing, actually. I'm really surprised at a lot of them. As of right now, too, like, most of the cards are pretty expensive. Reason being is because there's not many introduced into the United States, because they're all imported from Singapore. So pretty much the game can get kind of expensive at first, but as more and more people get into it, I feel that the game will actually get down in price. I do want to kind of cover more of this on my channel, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people have caught interest in this. Different channels like Asian Persuasion and MCO40, they've all mentioned stuff about Vanguard and that. They just kind of want to see if it catches the interest of anybody. And to be honest, it's probably one of the most balanced games I've ever played right now. Right now, there's only one set introduced. The next one won't come out until about March 10th, because it got pushed back a month. But it does have a show that goes behind it. It's a Cardfight Vanguard. And the show, what makes it so interesting, is tied exactly with the card game. So when you first watch the show, they use set 1 stuff, and as the sets progress, they use set 2 and set 3, and literally every card that has been shown comes out. And it's actually really good because every deck is balanced. There's no deck that shines more than the other one. I mean, there will be more support cards, obviously, per set, so everything changes for them. But for the most part, though, the game is really well balanced. I mean, if you guys want any tutorials on anything in here, or if you guys want to check out more of the cards and kind of have like ideas and questions about it, I mean, please be free to ask. We're actually looking for a bigger player area with it. Like I said, the game is really fun. I didn't expect to get into it, to be honest with you. I was kind of like surprised. But right now, I mean, right now you can play whatever you want. There's Royal Paladins that I have completely built for that. Kagero, which, like I said, has amazing ass art. Like, these guys are just pretty cool. Right now, there's also Nova Grapplers, but the deck is under supported until the next set. So when set 2 comes out, this deck's pretty cool. And then a lot of people like this one because the Think Tank deck, which revolves around, it's like a female aspect-based deck. Right now, it's based around Amaterasu. But in set 3, we get one called Tsukiyomi, so the deck changes to like a full moon deck. It's actually really, really cool. And each clan has specialty things that specializes in, but they're all equally supported with the same amount of cards, which really does kind of help out the themes a lot, and kind of makes the game fair and enjoyable, actually, in my opinion. Well, I mean, that's kind of the only thing I've been up to, guys, like I said, other than working and stuff like that, and kind of like keeping stuff going. I know, like, again, I'm sorry for the updates and stuff, but again, the game's been kind of stale, and like I said, that's why I've been looking into other card games and other interests. So if you guys are feeling the same way, if you guys have any questions, comments, you know, like I said, please write them down below. Let me know. PM me if any details if you guys want to know anything. I'm actually going to start carrying this at Frankenstein's too. Some singles. I've been helping a lot of people out, actually try to fill their decks and finish them. But, you know, like I said, if you guys have any more details, questions about anything about this game, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Vanguard, anything, feel free to let me know. Like I said, I'm really interested to get you guys' feedback, okay? And alright, guys, this is PN Collector signing out, and you guys have a good one.